Okay, so one of the problems that Reich had and his science continues to have to this day is that it's not really that easy to test for what he was saying. I mean, it's easy in the sense that we can get all the materials, but as Einstein sort of said to him in their correspondences, if what you're saying is true and this exists outside of the electromagnetic spectrum, then trying to test for it is gonna be awfully hard. Um, so, but one of the claims that Reich made was that positive Orgon energy, um, acts in conjunction with negative ionization. And for those of you that don't know what that is, things like salt lamps um, give off a field of negative ions, and those are beneficial because things like computers give off positive ions, and they're essentially the air has this positive charge, and so there's kind of a static nature to the area, and that's why people use salt lamps, is that it deionizes the air so that you're breathing in. Well, you're not breathing in something electric into your own electric system. Like I said, they're kept apart, and that's kind of the key thing to keep in mind, or at least it is for me. So what does deionization have to do with testing this? Well, when I got into this, it was originally when I first sort of found out about the aerial spray program, which goes on, pretty much worldwide. Because what I suspect that they're doing is ionizing the atmosphere with a positive charge, and that enables them to suspend particulate. Whatever it is they're spraying, that's how they suspend it up there, and that's generally sort of how weather modification seems to work. From what I can gather, is that the HARP apparatus sort of acts to beam the areas, and according to what is needed. So if positive Orgon energy has a negative ionic quality to it, then we could, in theory, clear the chemicals from the sky. It would deionize that area, and the particulate would fall down. So, anyways, long story short, I sort of went out and gathered the materials and decided to test this out because I wanted to see a blue sky for a change, and to sort of make a point, because the FDA says that this doesn't exist, and the government says that there's no spray program going on. So, in the main, it's not illegal what I'm doing, because the energy doesn't, according to law, exist, and according to government, there's no program going on. So yeah, if you want to try this, you'll need some fiberglass resin, some metal shavings of some sort. In this case, I have steel, brass, and some copper that's already in these molds here. Some quartz crystal, and something to mix the resin in. Okay, so what's going on here? Well, I'll tell you. Reich's generators were alternating layers of metal and plastic, because according to his theory, Orgon is attracted to, even though it's ubiquitous through everything, it moves, and it's attracted to plastic, and it's repelled by metals. So having the two in a close proximity creates this sort of tension, and that's what draws Orgon energy in. One of the problems that Reich ran into was that simply having metal and plastic attracts whatever energy is around, and or maybe even produces it, because that's sort of what computers are and electronics, and that's where this negative orgone energy is found. Reich overcame this problem by having running water that cycled out the deadly energy and introduced positive into the area, and since his time, that's been overcome by using a phenomenon known in quartz as piezoelectricity. So what happens is when you apply mechanical stress to quartz, it creates an electric charge, and that electric charge, in conjunction with the the layers of metal and plastic, that enables the production of positive orgone energy almost perpetually, so long as the crystal retains its charge. So it's like a machine, but there's no moving parts. And unlike Reich, you don't have to use running water. So yeah, you just put the different ingredients in, mix the catalyst with the fiberglass resin, and then it will harden around the crystal, enabling it sort of turns the battery on, this compression effect. And you can, there's videos on the net that explain this better, especially on how to clear the sky and stuff. This is just for a small little, you can put it next to a computer or whatever. But yeah, I got into this in sort of the spirit of science, and I encourage people to not trust what I'm saying at all, and go and test it for yourself, because if it's right, it not only means that you can stay healthy, but it means that you can, if you want to, sort of take action against, things like clandestine weather programs and whatnot. It sort of gives you energetic power, and I think that's a good thing. So thanks for watching. I know I sort of ramble a little bit, but take care.